Hey there, I just want to say yoga can be for everyone. However, it is your responsibility to determine if you are ready and able to perform this workout video. If you or a family member have a history of heart disease, high blood pressure, or are obese with any physical or medical condition that could be aggravated by a physical activity, please consult a physician before proceeding. If you are pregnant, also consider consulting a physician. If you have any history of injury such as neck, back, shoulder, or knee, please proceed with caution and stop immediately if you feel any pain, lightheadedness, or nausea. The user assumes all risks. Thanks, and I'll see you on the mat. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Connection Yoga. My name is Kat, and it is Halloween. It's my favorite holiday of the year. I've been so excited. We've been revving for this point. In honor of the best day of the year, we will be doing a pose breakdown that is in the right theme. It's called shavasana. And for those who don't know, who either have done one or have never heard that word before, in Sanskrit, this translates to corpse pose or dead pose. So if you have never seen this pose or done this before, I welcome you and I hope you love it by the end. If not, this or this or this or this are all versions of corpse pose. So as you can see, it is a lying down pose, and that's where the name comes from. I know it's a little bit morbid, but it is a super restorative, amazing pose. So while it may seem to be the easiest to physically perform out of other poses that we have broke down or do throughout a typical practice, in comparison, this one might be the most difficult to master. I can't say that I've mastered this, but in brief moments, I have been able to slide into this place I'm going to describe to you today, and it is amazing. I don't want to put a label on what it means, what it should feel like, because everyone's different. It should feel a little bit different, but I'll tell you the broad scope goals and why you should do this daily, okay? So the other poses, they demand balance, strength, and mobility. The challenge of this posture comes from the maintaining of your awareness. So you want to maintain awareness without any effort or exertion. And when we do this, it can be the most revealing exploration of the mind-body integration. So the major weight-bearing structures of our body that typically in a standing, kneeling, other seated postures, they have responsibilities to hold us up and to fight against gravity. When we lay down on our backs, they are relieved of these responsibilities, and their contact with the floor allows for physical release. So we're gonna get into it. So if you'd like to try alongside with me, I highly recommend. This is going to be the easiest one to try along with me. So you're gonna just lay onto your back on your mat or another comfortable surface. A flat one is usually a little bit better because then your spine is going to be neutral. All right, so we have parts of our bodies that are going to be grounded and lifted. So moving from our feet to our heads, we're going to review what you might feel on the earth. Okay? Starting with the feet through the legs. Your heels should be grounded onto the earth. Your feet can splay open to the side and just open, just relax. Allow gravity to take them wherever they fall. So heels are grounded, and then we move up, and next our calves are on the earth. The hollow space beneath the heel or ankle, whatever area that you want to call it. And then your knee joint. Those are off the earth, lifted, where your heels, calves, and then moving up to the buttocks. So your buttocks is grounded on the earth, okay? And then the hollow of your low back is lifted. So your lumbar region here, everyone has a different amount of curve in their low back, so it might be a little more lifted or not compared to others. But your lumbar region is lifted and your hips are grounded via your buttocks. So I hope you can feel this, or you're just laying there and listening. You're awesome. Next, we move up the body to our main chunk of our torso. Our ribs and our backside body are grounded on the earth, and our shoulders and the top of our back. Our arms. Now, this is one place where we will have a substantial amount of variance about what aspects of the arms touch the ground or not. So assuming you just put your arms by your sides, reaching out with your fingers gently curling in, you should feel maybe the backs of your hands, your elbows, and maybe a little bit in between, grounding down into the earth. Your wrist should be hollowed out and lifted off the earth. And that's about it. If you're grounded, if you're not on the other parts, that's okay. So moving up to the final section of our body, that is our skull. The back of our skull is grounded, whereas the hollow of our neck is lifted up. If you have a neck injury and you want a little bit support here, you can roll up a towel just big enough to fill the space, but not to curve your neck, lift it out, but to support it so that it too can release down. But otherwise, it's okay if it's lifted and your head is hanging heavy. So now that we've covered the areas of the body that physically touch the earth, I want to move into the breathing and the mind aspect of this pose. So your breathing should be at rest here. If we start in a shavasana and move into a flow, we might start to pick up our breath here. But in a shavasana, the resting posture, as it is, it's much like sleep, but it's different. So we enter in both of these a quiet, deep state. But unlike sleep, where we are not aware, obviously, of what is happening with our body, our breath, our surroundings, in this posture, it is our goal to be fully aware of, but not controlling the breath movement. So when you're laying here, I usually start with a little bit of a body scan, feeling from my heels all the way to the crown, the same way as we just broke down. And notice if there's any tension that you need to soften. And start there, breathing to the spaces of your bodies that need that release. Wherever it is, it could be the center of your forehead. It could be anywhere in your body. We all are different. Once you move through that process of softening and physically letting go, you can start to let go control of the breath and move the mind in deeper. So as we are moving through this process, mindfulness is huge here. So you need to bring yourself into this moment, into each sensation, and try and stay here. Naturally, your mind might wander, and that's okay, but we invite you to bring it back. Part of mastering this pose is being able to keep your mind here as you rest, as your breath flows in and out of your body, lifting your stomach and your chest. Naturally, you can observe where it lands in your body, but don't ever try and control it. So it's just observation. Okay? Observation and connection. These are huge parts of yoga. The physical is just the access point. The physical is what helps to bring us into this space. And then we have the breath that even deepens us and brings us into that sort of meditative state, that deep, quiet state that Shavasana offers us. So, taking all this together, it's important to do this daily. By laying down, by releasing the strains of our body and melting down, we allow ourselves to release tension, at least for one moment in the day. If you're super stressed, anxious, you might be holding tension constantly, okay? I hope you aren't, but it's real. I've lived in that state myself. And that's why even if you don't do yoga daily, this is something you can do. It can be the meditation that you do daily. You get into a shavasana, do a sort of laying meditation, sleep-ish meditation, and just let your body just detox down into the earth. Come back to that space. You know that you are supported by the earth here, and that your body is a safe place for you to be in and to explore. So, I know you didn't expect it to go this way, talking about corpses, but that's it. That is Shavasana. You are not a corpse. You are fully alive, but resting fully at the same time. I hope this made sense. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about it, reach out on the comment section below. I am more than happy to help. Otherwise, have an amazing Halloween. Be safe out there. Enjoy the full moon, and I can't wait to see you all next time on the mat. Hit the like button if you liked this before you go. If you didn't, don't. And subscribe if you're not, if you want more content. I love you all, and namaste.